Welcome to Creole and Cajun Living with Bomb Cherry. In this video, I will be showing you how I make my bias tape from scraps using my bias tape maker kit. Okay, so the kit includes the directions, it has some pins, some clips, it has the bias tape sewing foot, and here is the awl. And of course we have here the different size tape makers. Okay, so I am using my bias tape on a little girl's skirt that I'm creating. And this was the only fabric that I had that matched the color scheme. So what I did was I decided to cut my scrap pieces, making sure that I cut it on the bias. And that gave this fabric the stretch that I needed, going in the direction that I needed. Okay, so for my project, I want my bias tape to be a 1/2 inch. Based on this chart, I need to cut my fabric into 2-inch strips. From there, I will run the fabric strips through the binding tape maker, and it will give me a single fold of 1 inch. And then I will take that 1 inch and fold it over, and that'll give me my 1/2 inch that I'm looking for. So here you can see that I've cut my strips into 2 inches. Okay, now I also want to make sure that I have some stretch going lengthways. That's mainly because I'm doing curves. If you're not doing curves, then it really doesn't even matter, to be honest. Okay, so the next step to do is to attach these multiple strips and make it into one long strip of fabric. Now there are a couple of ways of doing this. I've seen where people just take the strips, put them on top of each other, right sides facing, and stitch along the edge, right? And then that would make a continuous strip. But I am going to do it a little differently, especially because my fabric is stretchy a little bit and it's going around curves. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the fabric right sides together, but in an L shape like this. I'm then going to mark where the fabric meets each other and draw a diagonal line. I'm then going to pin the fabric together, and then I'm going to take it to my machine and sew directly over that line. As you can see, I'm cleaning that up, and then I'm just going to straighten this out, and you'll see that it forms a straight line. Basically, all there is left to do is to kind of just press it out a little bit and get rid of the edges. And then I'm going to repeat with my third piece of fabric. Okay, so after attaching all three strips together, I'm then going to turn it over on the back side and trim down some of that seam allowance. That is what you see me doing at this point. And then I'm going to open that seam allowance up, and then I'm going to press it and just make sure to kind of even up everything on both the back side and the front side. Okay, so now it's time to run my strips through my bias tape maker. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to first create a little angle at the end of the fabric. I'm just going to simply just cut off a little piece. That's it. The angle just makes it easier to feed through the tape maker. Okay, so here I add the fabric into the wide end, and when it comes out on one end, I kind of pull a little bit. I make my adjustments to get it as even as I can, and then I put my iron down and I kind of slide the tape maker back and just iron, and it's as simple as that. Okay, so I don't suffer from OCD, and therefore I'm not concerned with what the inside of this tape looks like. It's the end result that matters. Some people will get irritated that it's not perfectly aligned in the inside, but then the fabric itself may not be perfectly cut, right? And therefore you wouldn't get a perfect alignment every single time. And also in the inside, no one sees this. This is just a fold to protect the edges so it doesn't unravel, everyone. It's not that serious, okay? But as you can see, my inside isn't perfect, but watch the end result though. It will be perfectly aligned. It will be a perfect 1/2 inch of bias tape used as the trim on my project. If you found this video to be useful, make sure to share it with your family and friends. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and make sure to subscribe.